Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the American Center of Moscow's FIFA World Cup series. I'm really excited to be here with you tonight. My name is Ashley Stracke, and I am the Director of International Event Diplomacy for Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. And I'm really excited to talk about how we're making the most of hosting the World Cup in 2026. Before I kind of get into what we're doing with the World Cup, I think it's helpful to give you a little bit of context about Los Angeles, and you might have an idea of what it is, and certainly has Hollywood in it. But Los Angeles is actually much more than Hollywood. It's around 400 square miles, so quite a large geographic area. We have 10 million residents, and it's a very global city. So we have over 220 languages spoken in the city. And we have over 90 consulates and foreign missions here in Los Angeles. And to give you a little bit of perspective, we have the busiest port in the Western Hemisphere. So there's a lot of economic activity that happens in this area, in this region. And then, of course, one of our biggest industries is tourism outside of entertainment and sports, which I'll talk about in just a moment. But we have 32 million visitors back in 2024. And at our peak before the pandemic, we had 50 million visitors. So a lot of people are coming through LA, both internationally and from across the United States. LA, as I mentioned, is an entertainment hub that we all know of. It's also a huge sports hub. Just in the next 3 years, so from 2025 to 2028, we're hosting over 8 international and national championships and sporting events. If you know anything about American sports, we'll be hosting the Super Bowl, which is the championship for the American football here in 2027. And then next year, we'll be hosting the All-Star game of the NBA, or the National Basketball Association. So these are big national events that will be held here in Los Angeles. And to give you more context about our city and sports and its importance to us and our residents, we have over 12 professional teams, sporting teams that play in LA, from basketball, soccer, baseball, ice hockey, and others. And we have dozens of stadiums, arenas, fields, and pitches across the city. Which makes us a great host for the FIFA World Cup next year, as well as the 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games. But there is nothing like hosting the FIFA World Cup. And I'm excited to share a little bit more about how we're going to be making the most of that and what we're doing to plan and prepare for it, with just less than 7 months until the match, or about 7 months until the first match. Before I go in to specifics around Los Angeles, it might be a little bit helpful to talk a little bit about the United States and the World Cup here in 2026. So as you might know, the World Cup will be hosted in North America across 3 countries. That includes the United States, Mexico, and Canada. It is an international sporting event within an international context. So I think this is the first time that it's going to be hosted across 3 countries. And it will be hosted across 16 cities, including 11 American cities. And of course, Los Angeles, my favorite, is going to be one of the host cities as well. As you probably know and are anticipating greatly, the first match will be taking place in Mexico City, and the last on June 11th, and the last match will be taking place on July 19th in New York and New Jersey. And then the bronze match will be taking place in Miami. So We're really excited to be hosting all of these matches here next year. There'll be 39 tournament days overall. And you probably already know this too, but I think it's worth mentioning that this will be the largest World Cup that we've had. So for the world's largest single sporting event, to have it even larger is quite exciting. In the recent past, there were 32 teams that were playing, and this upcoming World Cup will have 48. And actually, on Friday will be the final draw, where we'll know where the teams will initially start, which we're really excited about, and it's really kind of a flag for us to say, okay, here's the last lap. Just to give you perspective, hosting one of these events is quite an undertaking. An international event like this, of this magnitude. Our hosting committee has been preparing for this for the last 8 years. So the fact that we're within striking distance of actually hosting the World Cup is quite exciting and a little nerve-wracking, but mainly exciting. So here's the Los Angeles match schedule specifically. So what we're really excited about is hosting the USA opening match on the second day of the tournament, so June 12th. And then we'll also be hosting one of the quarterfinals on July 10th, outside of the group stage matches as well. So altogether, we'll host 8 matches at SoFi Stadium. SoFi Stadium is, if you've ever been or seen it, it is one of the premier stadiums in the country. I would probably say in the world. It is quite impressive. It was finished being built in 2020, and it is regularly in use for American football games, but also for entertainment, such as big name acts and musicians and things like that as well. And what's interesting about SoFi is that they're actually going to turn it from an American football stadium and turn it into a soccer stadium, meeting the FIFA regulations and everything, specifically for the matches next year. So, which is its own big undertaking and quite impressive, to turn the artificial turf into a grass turf that meets the dimensions needed for the FIFA World Cup. So it's all worth it though, and we're all really excited. To give you a little bit of an understanding of who's going to be coming, what we're kind of thinking who's going to be coming to the US for the World Cup, to give you some context, we have 54% of the visitors will be from outside of the United States. This includes both ticket holders and non-ticket holders. Most of them will be male, and we're probably looking at most of them being between the ages of 30 and 49. And they'll probably stay in the country for almost 10 days, so a full week, specifically our international visitors. And then in Los Angeles specifically, we're looking at about 180,000 out-of-town guests, which means that there's going to be significant economic activity that I'll talk about in a little bit, and on this slide. The economic impact cannot be overstated for an international sporting event like this. This is the United States economic impact. So you can see we're expecting a gross domestic product of $17.2 billion. And the creation of 185,000 full-time employment jobs. So this is in the United States. In Los Angeles, we're expecting about conservatively, a little over $500 million of economic output. And this is a big deal for anybody, for any region, for any city. And it's the reason why our leaders across the region, including the Los Angeles mayor, Karen Bass, are really intent on ensuring that our local and small businesses are able to take advantage of the opportunities that come about from hosting the World Cup next year. So our team has been putting into place different programs to support small businesses, including one called Get in the Game, which provides training opportunities to give local and small businesses competitive edges in procuring different opportunities. And then also, our office has been hosting entertainment and sports industry summits on an annual basis to help ensure they're aware of other opportunities that come up, not only for the World Cup, but for all those events that I mentioned before, as well as the 2028 games, Olympic and Paralympic Games. So this is really seen as a legacy opportunity, and in fact, hosting the World Cup it's been intentional to make this a legacy opportunity in a variety of dimensions. It's not good enough for us to just put on 8 matches, and not be able to have real tangible benefits for our residents. And so that's what we're doing and what we're focused on. Part of the excitement and building the excitement towards the World Cup is getting everybody into the spirit. And part of that actually started last year with a poster contest. You can see the winner of the Los Angeles poster contest here on the screen. Actually, every city of each of the host cities had a poster contest and have a poster for their city in the World Cup. So I highly recommend you checking them out. This was a wonderful way to get the city involved and to kind of put our own personal stamp, the LA stamp, on the World Cup for 2026. Additionally, we've been actively creating a very large volunteer corps to help beautify our neighborhoods and communities leading up to the World Cup and to these other major events. And so one of the things that Mayor Bass has done with the city of Los Angeles is create a volunteer corps called Shine LA that meets on a monthly basis to do different beautification projects across the city, using the World Cup and the 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games as an opportunity to get everybody involved and excited and really engaged ahead of these events. And then, of course, our host committee is encouraging communities, neighborhoods, and cities within the region to make soccer murals and art installations that can be a lasting legacy as well of the 2026 World Cup. This is very similar to the 1984 Olympic and Paralympic Games, where we had a cultural Olympiad and did a mural project along our highways and other buildings in Los Angeles that some are still able to be seen today. So the idea here is to really take this and create a lasting memory for the community and the city overall. Now, we all know that it might be challenging for everybody who wants a ticket to get a ticket to the World Cup and to the matches in the specific city that they're looking to get a ticket to. So one of the things that's really important for Mayor Bass and for the leaders in the region is ensuring that all of the community can get involved in celebrating our favorite teams and the underdogs and everybody else as part of the World Cup. So as part of hosting matches, each city is required to have an official fan festival. And here you can see a picture of the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, which is where our official fan festival will be for 2026 World Cup. This is an iconic space that's in the heart of Los Angeles. It was actually a building that was built for the 1932 Olympics, and was used as a venue in the 1984 Olympics, and will be used as a venue and as the site of the opening and closing ceremonies of the 2028 games. So it's a very special location that's in regular use, and is right next to one of our premier universities, the University of Southern California, my alma mater. And we're really excited to have the fan festival there at the during the matches next year. In addition to the fan festival, we're also having different regional fan zones, official fan zones, that these are accessible to thousands of fans, that they will be hosting watch parties and different activities and events. And they'll be held in other iconic locations across the city that'll be announced at the beginning of next year. Outside of that, we've been engaging for already, at least for a year, engaging the community on how to take advantage of the opportunity, not just business opportunity, but all the opportunities that the World Cup presents. So how can community partners, how can businesses, how can cultural institutions get involved? And so we expect that there will be many parties planned across the city, and watch parties at bars and restaurants and things like that. And we're already encouraging any community partners that are interested to submit their ideas to our Los Angeles Sports and Entertainment Commission and the LA Tourism Board, so that they could possibly be put on a 30-day calendar of events. The idea here is really to engage the whole community. So engaging everybody from our residents, but also to all the international visitors that might be coming and looking to get involved. And so we're really excited to see this. Not only is it going to be parties, but if you can think about it, Los Angeles has dozens of cultural institutions as well. Some major art museums, a really wonderful library system through the Los Angeles Public Libraries, and other cultural institutions that can create exhibits and are creating exhibits that are engaged around the World Cup, and ideas around soccer and getting folks involved. So that those types of events will be hosted on the 30-day calendar of events as well. And then one of the things that that's really exciting is the opportunity to create lasting memories and an engagement around soccer. I think it's pretty well known that in the United States, soccer isn't as the most popular sport as it is in other countries. And when we bring events like the World Cup to the United States, it gives an opportunity for our young athletes or aspiring athletes to see the excitement and the opportunity that soccer presents. For me personally, back in 1994, which was the last time the United States hosted a World Cup, we had one of the, I think one or several of the matches in my hometown, and I was a child. And I remember being so excited. I asked my mom, could we get a ticket to the World Cup? I want to see these matches, because they had all the banners and everything up around the city. And she couldn't get us tickets to those matches, but I ended up really begging and asking for a soccer ball, which I had never really been interested in up until that time. And then eventually I went into playing soccer in high school and really loving the sport. And I actually know many people around my age that got into soccer largely because of the World Cup in 1994. And it kind of created a little mini phenomenon here in the country. And I expect that to happen here as well. And, part of hosting something like the World Cup is for cities, it's really important to be intentional about legacy, right? And so you can see here that we are trying to actually cultivate that same type of sentiment that I had when I was a kid towards create it here in Los Angeles. And so we recently gave out, the Los Angeles Sports and Entertainment Commission recently gave out 26 community organizations, uh, uh, $26,000 grants each. To help grow interest in soccer, both from uh, already established soccer programs, but then also programs that help to develop more opportunities for people with special needs and disabilities. And those grants went to serve 17,000 Los Angeles area residents. So very cool program, and just one example of what we're doing. In this picture, you can see here our Girls Play LA program that the city of Los Angeles has. The program is intended to help create more equity in sports. And we provide low-cost sports access and into leagues and things like that here at the city, so that we can bring more girls into these activities. And Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles was one of the grant recipients of this Celebrate the Extraordinary grant process. In addition to the grant process, we also have the Grow the Game clinics. And those Grow the Game clinics are partnerships with our local professional soccer teams, including LA Galaxy, LAFC, and Angel City, to help provide coaches training and to create a really strong access and pipeline, so that when kids get interested in playing soccer after watching the World Cup or getting involved, that they have somewhere to go, and they have a lot of support and a network here in the city. And so these are just a couple of examples of how we're trying to make the most of this process. And so with that, I just want to share that we're really excited, and about hosting these matches, and also for the opportunity that they present to all of the Los Angeles area residents here. And with that, I'll go ahead and turn it over. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them, and I look forward to sharing more. Oh, that's a great question. So our first question is, how do cities get chosen to host these events? So that's a process that is done through FIFA. I know that they select the host country, and then I think a consortium, and don't quote me, but I think a consortium of different cities across the United States came together to make a pitch, and kind of establish that we were ready to do so. And so there's a number of things that kind of go into that process, including writing a letter of intent and support, showing that you have the infrastructure and things like that. Another question is, have the soccer murals or art installations started to appear around the city yet? No, not yet. But there is a strong hope and a push from our host committee to encourage neighborhoods and local cities to do so. And they not only, I don't think I had mentioned this before, but in addition to the poster and the beautification efforts and things like that, we're going to have banners across the city, welcoming the teams for the World Cup, so that everybody in the city is kind of immersed in the World Cup. We're also encouraging the Sports and Entertainment Commission for Los Angeles is encouraging cities and local organizations to create soccer crosswalks, so fun public art crosswalks. So this is one part that I'm really excited to find out about. Um, and So actually another question that we have is, was the poster design contest open to the public or only to professional designers? And do you know who the winner was? That is a really excellent question that I should know the answer to, and I don't, unfortunately. I believe it was to professional designers, and I should have the name of the designer. Um, Hold on. See, oh, I don't have, I'm not going to try. Okay. I don't want to say it wrong. So unfortunately, no, I don't have the name of that person, but for future presentations, I'll remember to do so, to have their name, because it is quite an impressive poster. Let's see, another question. Are there any specific programs being planned to support small businesses so that they can take advantage of the increased tourism? Uh, yes, there are a number. So I gave you one example, which is Get in the Game, LA. There are um, other programs across the city and the region as well. And I believe our LA Tourism Board is really focusing on supporting small businesses, and actually giving, I think, up to 50 small businesses support and how to really take advantage of tourism. So I really recommend checking out Discover Los Angeles. That's the website for the LA Tourism Board, and seeing what programs that they have there. Another question is there a plan regarding transportation, traffic, and public transit, considering the increase in visitors? That's a great question and is one that we hear a lot. Los Angeles is not known for its public transportation, sadly. But the truth is, we actually have an incredible system that we've been building out over the last 10 years in anticipation of hosting not only the World Cup, but also the Olympic and Paralympic Games. So we have a large metro footprint and we've added lines and we'll be adding lines all the way up until the games, the 2028 games. But we recently added new lines even for the World Cup as well. And then one great thing about the World Cup is that all of the matches will be held at SoFi Stadium. And so we actually have a really good system that's already in place to handle public transit, which we're really encouraging and hoping to use these events like the World Cup and the 2028 games to encourage public transit options. And so that's already in place for on a weekly basis through the American football games that take place. Additionally, our metro system, our transportation executive committee, has been doing regular updates to the consular corps here in Los Angeles and to other community partners and businesses and others to help get information out about transportation options related to the World Cup. And then also they're working with the LA Tourism Board to help ensure that everybody, all the international tourists coming to the city, have information that they need to get around the city easily as part of the matches. Have you ever been to a World Cup match? No, but I'm trying to get a ticket. So hopefully in 2026 I'll get to go. But if I don't get to go, I'll go to a watch party. So yes, I really want to. I have several friends that have gone to matches, and they say there's nothing like them, and I believe it from watching them every 4 years. What are the biggest challenges in getting LA ready for the World Cup? I mean, I think to the point of the prior question, is ensuring that our public transit system is up and ready, that folks have a good way to get around, that there are volunteer, like a strong volunteer corps that is established and can help visitors with around the city and get to where they need to go. I think these are some of the biggest challenges. They're also the things that we're mainly focused on. So I feel very confident that the right things are in place. Will there be services, signage, or information available in other languages for visitors? Yes, there absolutely will be. And that's one of the things that our Los Angeles Sports and Entertainment Commission is focused on helping to ensure, because we know that that we will have many visitors from all around the world here in the city. And in fact, they will be meeting after the final draw, which will be on Friday, as I mentioned. They'll be meeting with our consular corps to talk to them about some of these different efforts as well, to get more specifics in their planning efforts. What new technologies are being explored to improve fan experience at the 2026 World Cup? I wish I actually had this, I had an answer to this question. I don't know. I've attended various sports technology seminars, and there's a lot of incredible fan technology, experience technology out there. There's some really fun things at SoFi even now around fan engagement and encouraging fans to take pictures and to kind of get a sense of getting involved at the stadium themselves. I know that some technology out there kind of is being developed. I don't know if it's going to be deployed here at SoFi Stadium, but is being developed to understand, what fans like, to gauge how many fans are there. So saw some really interesting technology that measured the sound in a stadium to understand like what were the big moments, outside of just making goals and things like that. Those are some of the things. And then obviously there's always new ways to bring food to your seat and things of that nature that are being explored at various stadiums as well. Are the LA soccer clubs participating in any way in the World Cup preparations? That's a great question. Yes. So I kind of talked a little bit about that before, but our major professional teams here in Los Angeles, so we have LA Galaxy, LAFC, and the Angel City teams. They are all working on helping to support different efforts to create a legacy around the World Cup here in Los Angeles and engaging youth and coaches and adults in the sport of soccer here in the city. Do I work directly with international organizations like the Olympic Committee? Yes, I absolutely do. In my personal, in my professional career, in my job, I also work on things related to the 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games and work with the various committees to help ensure that we have the city reflects all the countries and cultures here during those games and those efforts. What are the main differences between preparing preparing Los Angeles for the World Cup and preparing it for the Olympic Games? That's a really great question. So, while the World Cup is the largest single sporting event in the world, right? The Olympic and Paralympic Games are the largest by virtue of how many sports and things of that nature, right? So for the World Cup in Los Angeles specifically, so I'm only talking from the host city perspective, we only have one venue. So it's really just focusing on working now all of the things related to addressing planning efforts around the one venue. But when it comes to the Olympic and Paralympic Games, there's a much larger footprint. There are dozens of stadiums and fields and pools and things of that nature, and locations, even outdoor locations like closing roads and going to the beach, outdoor locations like that. So that takes a lot more planning and coordinating efforts uh, and just thoughtfulness around how to move people around the region and things of that nature. So just a different type of planning effort altogether, with different groups working on each of those efforts. How will local residents benefit from the event? That's a really great question. Is the thing that is honestly most important to the Los Angeles Mayor Bass, and the big things are ensuring that people have access to different watch parties and community events. That's what we're really focused on, as well as ensuring our local and small businesses have opportunities to either get involved with the tourism that comes to the city, or are able to take advantage of procurement opportunities related to the matches or to the other events, sporting events taking place in the city. How does hosting the World Cup strengthen LA's international relationships? That's a really lovely question. I love that. I love that question. So our office, in the mayor's office, we have an international affairs team, which is where I work. And on our international affairs team, we have international relations, we have international trade and investment, and then we have the international events. So working on sports diplomacy related to the World Cup and the 2028 games. And so we have a lot of opportunities through hosting the World Cup and the 2028 games. Many businesses and delegations come to Los Angeles looking to see how they can get involved in these efforts. And it gives us an opportunity to talk about different ways to get involved with the city, and to share more about who we are and what we value and what our interests are, and to have that cross collaboration. And so we talk with other host cities, both for the World Cup and also the 2028 games, so former and future host cities. And we just have an opportunity to really exchange information and knowledge and dialogue. So I think these are some of the less reported, but one of the cooler aspects of hosting these types of events, because it really builds a stronger network that we can call on outside of these events. So for example, when we're looking to implement a new program at the city or something of that nature. What part of preparing for the World Cup has been most interesting or meaningful for you? Oh, I like that. Let's see, for me, most meaningful. I kind of told you a little bit about what the World Cup meant for me when I was a kid, right? So I think that's what I'm most excited to see, is how our youth get involved in soccer and interested in soccer, and how the sport grows in the city after the World Cup ends. I think it's incredible to see the impact that these types of things have on our communities, and especially for youth who may not have ever seen themselves even playing a sport before. So I think that's the most exciting part of this for me. That, and then kind of going back to the international relationships. I think it's really important that we have strong international relationships with other cities and other countries, and that we're able to have open dialogue and share information. So these types of events like the World Cup give us those opportunities, and that's very meaningful and special to me. All right, this is our final question. And so, with that, I want to thank you all for taking time tonight to listen to what we're doing in Los Angeles, to take advantage of having this incredible opportunity to host 8 matches of the World Cup. And I'm just really grateful for all the very thoughtful questions that you shared. And I can't wait, as I'm sure you can't wait to watch the matches next year and to see who wins. So thank you again, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.